Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And yeah, double upload today. Go figure, right? So, this subject kind of correlates with my previous video, and it takes it a step further. Actually, it kind of reiterates something that I've already mentioned, but at the same time, it's kind of new in a sense, or maybe more a little bit in depth because I'm kind of taking you guys in deep in terms of what I'm thinking, and in terms of also it just kind of makes sense in terms of why this year is so important for Call of Duty with all these different things being announced and with these events that are going to happen that they will sooner or later get into detail about, as well as for content creators, people getting together with Blackout and all that kind of stuff. Okay, now the thing is that in life you're always taught to have a plan B with everything, right? You're always taught to have a plan B, and just to kind of counter back in case something doesn't go exactly the way you plan. In some cases, you should even have a plan C or a plan D or whatnot. Always plan ahead. And this is kind of my plan B, and I've already mentioned it in this. To be honest, even calling it plan B isn't quite right, because it's something that I already mentioned in a previous video that I was planning on doing. And now is a good time to kind of bring that back before the game gets released, because back then we were many months away until release, and now, lo and behold, we're less than 3 weeks away. And I'm telling you, I don't know about you guys, but those 3 weeks can't come soon enough. It's like, yeah, I can wait, but at the same time, I can't. So yeah, let's get into exactly what we're talking about. So what is my quote-unquote plan B, or what is this thing that I've mentioned before that I'm bringing up again now? And that is that if things don't go quite the way I want and I get rejected, like let's say I throw my hand out there or volunteer in case some of these big YouTubers are looking for other people to play with during any one of these events that may pop up or whatnot, or whether they're bigger, whether they're medium or small, whatever it is. I mean, I'm definitely not expecting, I'm not expecting a yes right out of the bat. And don't forget, I'm also a small guy, and it's nothing personal as well, because all of a sudden, if they play with you or whatnot, it's almost like them giving you a shout out, and you have to kind of earn your shout out. And I know that I'm a very small guy, and I haven't, compared to a lot of these guys, even though I've only been doing this for 3.5 years, compared to a lot of these guys, and in their eyes, and they could very well be right, I haven't earned jack shit. So looking at it that way, what is my plan B, so to speak? And again, calling this plan B is absolutely, it's almost disrespectful in a sense, because it makes it, it's like, oh, I'm only going to do this if it's a backup. It's like, no, I'm going to do this regardless. So this is going to be called maybe Plan A.2 or something like that, or Secondary Protocol or something like that, if you want to get fancy. But the thing is, I have always planned to also collaborate with a lot of the smaller guys out there. And back in the day in YouTube, when Call of Duty was really big in the whole YouTube community or whatnot, and things were in its prime, things were moving around. And hopefully, also with thanks to Blackout, it's going to happen again. The thing is, there's going to be, one way or another, there's going to be collaboration between bigger channels. But the thing is, we smaller channels need to be doing that, not necessarily just for growth purposes, but just for everything overall, because it's always a lot more interesting and a lot less stale when you, every once in a while, when you pretty much, when you throw some spice into the mix. And it keeps things fresh, keeps things new, and when you do things together every so often, as opposed to always doing it solo, it really adds to the mix. And it opens up the potential for so much more. Now, if you're a solo player like me, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm gonna be playing together with people all the time. I'm not saying that at all, because I am mainly a solo player, and that's the way I enjoy doing it. But at the same time, with this game opens up, the way the game is built and with all these different kinds of events, it opens up the opportunity for other things. So I am more than willing to look outside the box. And that's how I am by default. I try to always look at, I don't think things in just black and white, at least not all the time. But I'm very much looking forward to collaborating with a lot of the smaller guys out there. And it doesn't really matter how big you are or whatever it is, obviously, because it was only 3 years ago, or over 3 years ago, where I was extremely small, and somebody who was, bigger than I am all of a sudden just gave me a shout out of nowhere, and it's something I'll never forget. And I think it's something that I think it's something that's really important, and it's something that should happen at least on a consistent basis, so that way everybody that has this YouTube goal or whatnot doesn't lose hope or whatnot. Yes, you're gonna have your ups and downs in it, but yet at the same time, again, it keeps things interesting and it always makes you learn. I mean, some of the greatest times I've ever had was, like, for instance, there was a stream I had with Dying Food. That was a lot of fun. There was, what else was there? There's the fact that I've uploaded to TSG, the communication back and forth, and in the comment section. Some people were bigger YouTubers. Some people. I always like it when I run into other people. Sometimes you don't even know it and you run into other people. Like, for instance, the other day during stream, I didn't know this because I never heard of this person, and this person has like over 70,000 subs or whatnot, and that's considered pretty big, and I had no idea. I never heard of this person, but during stream they were in my lobby and they were playing free for all, and they're a part of SOAR, and I was like, okay, let's put the tryhard pants on and take it up another level. And the thing is that I had no idea, and the only reason I knew is because of my moderator, Sixshot. She told me, she's like, "Is that the real Noisy Butters?" And I'm like, who's that? I had no idea, and then I guess she looked it up and said, "Yeah, it is the real Noisy Butters." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, I didn't say anything. I didn't reach out or anything. I didn't say, because sometimes when you say something or when you reach out, it's almost like a hit below the belt to that other person. I know those rules and things that you do and you don't do. And one of those things you don't do is you don't try to make yourself noticeable on their expense without them wanting to, without them offering to do it. You don't do that. So that's definitely not something that I would stoop that low to. If I ever stoop that low, I might as well just hang up my controller and YouTube channel and just not do it, or just give the channel to somebody else, because that's really a low blow. Or joining session, that's a low blow as well, joining somebody's session. But yeah, just little things like that. Like, sometimes when you run into other content creators and don't know it, it's awesome. And imagine running into them and you know them, and then all of a sudden you collaborate because you're along the same path, and then you decide to make interesting videos based off of this, and it's like, things like that. So or streams, so to speak. So there's lots of potential to be had with Black Ops 4 if you combine the events, the fact that I've got both systems, and I found a converter so I can play with my Xbox controller on the PS4 now. And no, it's not the Cronus Max, it's something else. It's called the Brook Super or something, Brook Super or something like that. And the fact that there's already communication between me and some other people that were around the same size or whatnot, and people that are going to grow way faster than I am because they're just so damn good and natural at it. So back and forth, there's a lot of good and healthy things to be had, not just for my channel, but for other channels as well. And at the same time, it always is good to meet other people in the community that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. And when you find these people, it just makes it that much more fun and that much more motivating to keep going. And at the same time, it provides a little bit of variety for the channel on both ends. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to discuss that. I hope you enjoyed the commentary and the gameplay. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, as always. And if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.